Hello again everyone from Real Farm. So we gave this game a shot early on, right after it was released. We did a little bit of the career mode, we did a little bit of the free mode, and unfortunately we encountered quite a few bugs and some things that just made it very hard to play on a regular basis. So I decided to sort of leave it alone, let the developers get a hold of it, try to work out some of the bugs, and there have been a lot of updates to the game, and now we have had new DLC that has dropped. We have new vehicles in order to plant and harvest potatoes, as well as a new map. So I thought we would go ahead and get back into the game and give it another shot. Let's see what we find out with this new DLC. So let's go ahead and hit play. We want to do a new game, and we're going to do the Grunes Tal map. Now, I'm sure I am butchering that pronunciation, so from now on, I will probably just call it the European map as opposed to the more American-style map there. So we are going to be doing the new Grunes Tal map. Let's go ahead and select that, double click. We're going to be using the easy difficulty because we're here to have fun. We're here to buy some equipment and basically just play around and see how much fun we can have. We are not here for a challenge. So we do have the option for a career mode. We will not be doing that. We're going full free mode so that we can play around and make all the mistakes and have all the fun we want to. Okay, do we want to start with a short tutorial? We do not. All right, so of course, this is the free mode, so we are spawned in apparently right on the side of the road, and we are right next to an interesting car here. This looks to be an SUV with some very interesting rims. Yeah, very interesting rims. Okay, I would assume this is ours. Can we get in? Yes, we can. All right, let's get in, and let's drive this up to our farm. Okay, so instantly, if you've seen parts of this game before, you know that here on our right is where the cows will go. And then we've got some storage. We've got our slurry tank right there. Looks like we've got some more attachments there. And then we've got our spots for the pigs and the sheep as I look around. Okay, so we got a lot over here. And again, there's some attachments. Look like we've got a cedar over here. There's some water available. There is parts for our harvester. Let's see, there's the combine and a tractor. Okay, so a lot of this stuff looks familiar to what we had in the beginning on the other map. Okay, there's where we can wash our vehicles here on the side. Looks like that is for the, I believe that's the insecticide right over there without being able to really see the emblem. Okay, so we got a lot going on. Let's go ahead and hop out of our car here. This looks expensive. Hopefully it is, because we can sell it and get some money for it. So inside here, we're going to have the spot for our seeds over there. And then this is probably going to be your fertilizer. Again, it's been a while since I played the game. Yeah, there we go. Fertilizer. We've got a plow back here. So what I think I want to do to get started, let's go ahead and press the tab button and let's look at our map. So we've got a farm over here, which we do not own, and they've got a nice selection of fields. We've got another farm over here, more fields. Farm over here, just one field. And then I believe these fields are actually open. I do believe. Who knows? They could be part of another farm right now. More fields. So a total of what? 17, I believe? No, 19, counting. Looks like we own 3 here at the beginning. Ours are in blue. So we've got the 2 that we've seen as we drove up the walkway there. All right, so there's one of our fields. And then we move to the other side, and there is another field. So they're fairly small, as what we've seen in the past, that most of the fields in this game tend to be on the smaller side, as opposed to some of the other farming games, which we won't talk about specifically, but they tend to have some very, very large fields. So definitely smaller here, a smaller map overall, but again, sort of in keeping with the design of this game overall. From what we've seen on the other map, the American map. Okay, so we've got a few fields, and let's see what type of things we got in the shop. Okay, shop looks the same as what we've had before. Let's see, under harvesters, yeah, there we go. Here's our potato harvesters. Okay, so we got some potato equipment in there. If we take a look at the vehicles that we own, wow, look at that, $72,000. Is that the most expensive thing there is under cars? No, it is not. We have what looks to be a Porsche for 125 grand. Then we have our sports UV for 80 grand. Then we've got a truck for 25, and then we've got a four-wheeler. Wow. 12,500. Okay, I like this one. And the reason is the way I tend to use these things. I don't tend to use them so much to get around the map as to put them out at special points, such as the shops, so that I can quickly sort of fast travel over to them. Okay, so that gives me an idea of what I want to do there. So let's go ahead and start by getting rid of some equipment that we won't need. And because I'm not going to be working with the fields a whole lot at the beginning, we're going to get started off with some animals. And that's going to be the foundation of our farm. And then we're going to have some fun with that. And then we'll just see where the series takes us. And so we're going to start off by selecting this. And we're going to sell that for 72 grand. Okay, we're going to select our harvester. Sell that for 99. Our plow, probably going to just keep that for right now. It's not really, it's one of the basics. We'll probably just hold on to that one. Let's see, the balancing weight we'll keep a hold of. Let's see, let's go ahead and get rid of the seeder. We won't need it right now. And then, of course, we won't need the attachment for the combine right now. Okay, so that takes us down to having one tractor and then a couple of implements to go on the tractor. Let's go into our shop and let's see what we're going to need in order to deal with the animals. Now, the livestock, if we click on the livestock, we've got chickens, cows, pigs, and sheep. We're going to start out with the cows. And we've got several things to take a look at here, and we'll wait and do a lot of that once we get going and have some cows on the property. But they're going to produce milk for us. They're also going to produce slurry, which will go into the slurry tank, and we'll have to empty that on a regular basis. We'll have to provide them food, which we'll start out by purchasing the food, and then over time we'll start growing our own grass and using that for their food. And then they also need water, but you'll notice that unless something has changed since the last time I played, this will never go down from 100% because there is nowhere to add water nearby, as opposed to where the pigs and the sheep are. There is an area for that. So cleanliness will be dependent upon, I think a lot of that is dependent upon the amount of slurry that is in the tank. Okay. So let's go back to our vehicles. We know we're going to need something to take care of, the shop is where we want to be. We're going to need something to take care of both the slurry and the food. Okay, so let's start out. Let's look at the slurry tanks that are available. And these are going to vary in size. So we start off 7,500 liters capacity, 10,000, and then 15,000 capacity. All right, the difference, of course, between those is we're going to need a stronger tractor in order to deal with this larger capacity. So for now, we have a 75 horsepower tractor, so we're going to start off with the 7,500 liter. We'll select that one, and we'll go ahead and buy this instead of renting it. We'll try to buy the cheaper implements right now, and then we may rent some of the more expensive ones if we need to. Okay, that'll take care of that. Now next, we need a way to take care of the food, and for that, we'll use the tipper. Okay, this one, 8,000 liters, 75 horsepower. Then we jump up to 100 horsepower for 10,000 liters, 15,000 liters, and then finally another 15,000 liter that doesn't quite require as much horsepower. So for now, we'll go with the 8,000 liter and then plan on moving up from there a little bit later on. Okay, so you notice in the top right-hand corner that by virtue of selling off most of our equipment, we now have still a little over 200,000, even though we've now bought a few implements to go on our existing tractor. All right, so this will allow us to deal with the cows as is. So let's go ahead and work on these cows. But first, we're going to need a couple of vehicles. And this is where I was talking about. I'm going to buy a couple of these, not necessarily to get around so much as to put these at the different spots on the map so that we can... Oh, wow, it's going to cost me $1,000 for that? Yikes. $1,000 for a different paint scheme. I think we'll just save our money. All right, we'll buy one and two of those. All right, now I'm going to fast travel over to the store. If we pull up the map, we'll take a look at, here is our farm area. This is where we just were. And now we're down here at the vehicle shop where all of our implements that we've just purchased are located. Okay, which reminds me, let's go ahead into our vehicles and let's select, oops, didn't need to select it. Let's go ahead and reset our tractor because I need it down here to the vehicle shop as well so that we can get our implements back. All right, so now you see our tractor over there. So we've got our two four-wheelers, we've got our tipper and our slurry tank. So we've got a lot to do right now. I'm going to begin. Is that water? Yeah, that looks like water right over there. Let's get a little closer look over there. Let's see what this water looks like. Not bad. I kind of like it. It looks kind of weird from this angle. But yeah, once you get a little closer to it, definitely has a nice look, I think. But yeah, you can see it from this angle. That just does not look quite right to me. All right, let's go back into our map because I need to find out where the shops are. Oh, there we go. I see Livestock Shop over here. This is where we'll purchase our cows, sheep, and pigs as time goes on. And then we have our farm supply shop. This is where we're going to purchase, for now, it's going to be where we'll purchase our feed for the animals. It's also where we'll get things like seeds and fertilizer and so on moving forward if we need to purchase those. All right, so we've got two four-wheelers, and let's first go over to the livestock. So we're going to need to take a left and follow this on around. I'm going to have to go back to that map screen a lot, I got a feeling. See how this thing handles. All right, woof, very twitchy. I'm using the keyboard and mouse in the game. I don't believe that wheels are supported. If they were supported, I'd be using my Logitech G920 in the game. But okay, not bad. Top speed around 65, 66. Let's see, and I think I see the livestock shop over here. Do I? No, I do not. I thought that was it. That actually does not look like it is going to be it. Let's head back into the map. Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I need to go on around the corner. Okay, that's one of our drop-offs so we can sell our crops at. Let's look. Okay, no traffic coming. I see, we've seen a couple of cars on the map right now. There's that red car. There he comes around the corner. We've seen him before, but I think I saw another one earlier. All right, so here we are at the livestock shop. Let's confirm that. Yes, that's where we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this thing right over here on the corner. And that way I can fast travel over to it. And now we can open up. All right, so the only livestock they have right now is... Nope, I thought it was going to show just had cows in stock right now. But it looks like they've got everything. $960 is how much the cows will cost us each. And I plan on getting all of those we can. All right, can we go up one at a time? Yes, we go up one at a time. Can I go backwards and get all of them? I cannot. All right, so it lets us know that they will produce milk, or of course it can be sold for their meat. And the interesting thing about the cows is that we're going to have to keep track of their health. The higher their health, the more they're worth. So right now this is going to cost us 72 grand for all 75. We'll go ahead and buy those. 65 a piece for cows, 125 a piece for sheep. We won't mess with that right now. Okay, let's back our way out of that. Now let's fast travel back over to the shop. And now we need to take this particular ride over to the supply shop. All right, so we take a right and then just follow it straight over. Okay, that should be easy enough for me not to get lost. Ooh, watch out. Oh, come on now. Oh, look, there's a second car. We got 2 red cars now. Let's see, can we catch this guy and pass him? Yes, we can. There we go. The scale of that looked a little bit off to me. We seem to be much bigger than the car. There we go. There's our supply shop. All right, this is also giving us an opportunity to look around the map and just kind of see a lot of hills around. Definitely seen a lot of rock. All right, let's go ahead and park as best I can in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll get out and we'll need to purchase some feed to get us going. Open up and you can see there we got seeds, insecticides, fertilizers, but for right now all we care about is the animal feed. Once again, can I go backwards? I cannot. Alright, so let's run this up to 10,000 and we'll have to see how long this will last us with our 75 cows. You can see $3,400. Okay, so we went ahead and bought that, and that will automatically go over to our... What is that? It almost looked like this car was wrecked. What is going on with this car? Ouch. That is rough looking. This car has seen better days. Okay. So now we've gotten our feed up here at the shop. Then at the livestock shop, we bought our cows. So our cows should be back here on our farm along with the feed right over here next to it. So now we need to get back to the farm. But before we can do that, we need to get our implements back. So let's go ahead and can we turn? One of the issues we've had from the beginning in this game is the turning radius on everything. It seems to be a little better now than it has been. So it looks like they continue to work on that. All right, let's go ahead and get this hooked up. Get that hitched. And we'll take our first implement back. Come on, let me turn this corner. There we go. All right, now we'll take the scenic journey back to the farm. So we've seen 2 cars out on the road. Looks like somebody's already got some plants ready to harvest over here. Okay, there's another car up ahead of us. So we need to go ahead and get some food in for our cows, so that's why I'm bringing the tipper back first. Okay, we're going a little over 40. Can we reach 45? Looks like it. Okay, so right at 45. All right, let's go through the town. Okay, we got a different, looks like a cobble street. All right. Right through the town at full speed. I don't really see anybody out and about, so no pedestrians or anything like that. All right, and here we are. This is our farm. So we got storage over here. This is where the tractor and the combines were at the beginning. Ooh, watch out. Make the corner. All right, pigs and sheep will go there. There's our slurry tank. And there are all of our cows, 75 cows already in the barn. So let's go ahead and get our feed. Let's see if I can drive this thing straight enough through here to get the feed. So we should have 10,000 available. We can't fit all 10,000 in this particular tipper though. There we go, 8,000 in there. Ooh, watch out, let's move this camera around. Alright, get the food in here for the cows, and then we'll start messing around. Once we get everything onto the farm and where we want it, we'll start messing around with the speed of the time. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit here. Drop off our food. A little bit more. Come on, there we go. So you can see on the left hand side, just above the speedometer, we have now 1,000 left. So 7,000 is all we could drop off for the cows. And oh wow, look at there. Look at all of that solar power we're generating. Alright, so the cows should be happy now. So they've got plenty of food. So we'll need to drop off the tipper. And let's see, where do we want to drop off the tipper? I think... let's just drop it off right over here. Just sort of keep it out of the way for now, because we're going to need it nearby. Okay, hit the 2. And there is our weight. Let's go ahead and pick that up. See if it'll let me pick it up from this angle. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Alright, let's go ahead and hit tab real quick. Go to our livestock screen. Take a look at our cows. Alright, so our health is at 40%. You can see we already have some milk, and this milk will be sold automatically and then show up in our finances tab. So right now we have our money spent and then money coming in green. And then we'll see under other is where the money from the milk will show up. And that should start showing up in the next few days. We'll see how quickly it gets there. Alright, so we're going to take the scenic route and drive our way back. I'm going to try not to wreck the tractor on the way. There we go. We still have 100 grand. So we're still in great shape to purchase more equipment or more animals, whatever we decide we need. So right now we're going back to get the slurry tank. I really wish that the reset button here, instead of resetting it to the actual shop, I really wish it would reset it to the farm itself. But luckily for us, it's not all that far. So a nice little drive around. We look at the canal there on the left. Okay, there's our supply shop. And let's see, do we want to take that route? Do we want to head left right there? No, we do not. Let's see, we want to keep going straight. It's going to take me a while to get used to where everything is on this map. Alright, looks like there's some more crops. I bet if we went around to the different farms on the map other than ours, I bet we could find some jobs that would enable us to take care of that harvesting for them. These are nice looking fields right here. Alright, there's our slurry tank. Really wish we had an entrance right there. Just slide right on in and get that. Boy, our store looks really empty there. Ooh, watch where you're going. Yeah, it'd be nice to see something inside the store there. Alright. They're going to make it difficult on us to get this thing out of here. They're going to make us have to turn this corner. Alright, there we go. So that's, now we have all of the equipment that we've purchased so far. And we'll want to begin getting that slurry out of the tank, because we'll want to keep that slurry tank as close to empty as we can. For right now, we are using the lowest capacity slurry tank, so that's not going to help us. but I've got an idea on hopefully how this will work. Once we get back to the farm, we're going to try it out, because I'm sure the cows are beginning to produce slurry by now. Once we get the cows all set up and get them going, we'll have to continue to purchase the food for now. And then we'll determine if we want to jump into any of the other animals. All right, some nice looking houses along the way. Definitely not a big town. Really wish there were some people out and about. It would make the town feel much more alive than what it does right now. Okay, we see some flickering there, shadows flickering in and out. All right, let's take a look at our livestock. And okay, a little bit of slurry there, 1%. Still at 40% health. They got plenty of food. The water won't be an issue. Cleanliness is at 98%. So we'll just keep an eye out for this slurry. All right, there we go. Withdraw the slurry. Only 217 in there right now. So we'll go ahead and get that. And I'll tell you what I'm going to try to do. I am going to try to take this over and... Can we do this? Alright, we don't want a worker. Accidentally pressed the wrong button. Oh, there we go. And yes, there it goes. You can see the slurry going down. We're at 200. Now we're below. And so this is just going to get rid of all that slurry. And for now, this is really all I plan on doing with it. We could spread it out. Let's see. The field itself is 75.43% on nutrition. Let's see if that changes by me just dumping this in one spot. Okay, so we don't have a whole lot, and this will give us an idea of the rate of flow of this slurry coming out of the tank. And naturally, this is not the most beneficial way to get your fields taken care of, but for now, I just kind of want to see if it does indeed increase the nutrition of the soil by me just dumping all this in one spot. The main thing I was concerned with is, could I just sort of sit it here in one spot and leave it going and empty the tank? Because that, for right now, that's really all we needed to do, is just keep the tank empty, and that worked out fine. All right, there we go. We are out of slurry now, and 75.43. I don't see that it really changed anything. Okay, so that'll be interesting going forward. Okay, looks like we've got a little rain coming down. All right, are we turning? Yeah, we are. All right, so these two pieces of equipment between the tipper and the slurry tank will take care of our cows. So the idea is going to be, we want to get the health of the cows up to 100%, and we want to keep the cleanliness as high as we possibly can, and of course we want to keep them well fed. So we'll keep an eye out for how quickly they run through the food. We put 7,000 food in there, and we've already emptied a little bit of slurry, and we'll keep emptying that as time goes on. We'll be getting money from the milk. So the decision time for these will come once we get their health to 100%, because that will be where the cows will be worth the most amount of money each, and we'll have to decide if we want to go ahead and sell those off, or if we want to keep them in and keep them just for the milk production. So got some decisions to make, but it'll be a little while before we get to that. All right, next up, let's see, we've got sheep and pigs. Looks like as far as the demand, the sheep we know will produce wool, which I also believe is sold automatically, although I don't know that for sure. They will produce manure the same as the pigs. and they demand food, water, and then cleanliness. It'll be interesting to see how the cleanliness works out for them. Same thing here for the pigs. Okay, so I think we're going to get into one of those next time as money allows anyway. But for now, that's going to do it for our very first episode. So far, so good. Everything looks nice on the new DLC map of Grunes Tal. And we'll get into some more later on. But for now, thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned for more of our look at Real Farm.